Yo, what is up, everybody, and welcome to another multi-looter video, guys. Today, we're going to be talking about Apex Legend and Season 11, the brand new legend, Ash, and her reel. We're going to be talking a little bit about the lore, and we're also going to be talking about the brand new weapon that got introduced, or is getting introduced into Season 11, the car SMG, which is coming from, of course, the one and only, one of the best games out there, Titanfall. So let's go ahead and talk about it. If all this sounds like something you're definitely interested in, a like would be greatly appreciated. And let's talk about Ash and, of course, their brand new weapon. So as you guys know, Apex Legends Season 11 has officially been revealed under the name Escape. The new season promises a load of brand new content, and the player base has been growing a lot, which is actually pretty cool. In addition to that, we're going to be granting a brand new map, a brand new weapon, and, of course, a brand new legend known as Ash. Now, now, for those of you who are a little bit more familiar with the Titanfall series, you already know who Ash is. But for those of you who might not be too familiar with Titanfall and just started playing Apex, let me give you guys a little bit backstory of exactly who Ash is and why maybe the trailer might have not made sense to you, so you guys can get a better idea of exactly what you guys are getting your hands into and why Ash is kind of important to the storyline. So Ash is pretty much a simulation character. She's a robot, but she's also known as Dr. Reed, which is what you see in the trailer. So it's basically the same person. One's a robot person and one is a simulation. Now, you got to keep in mind that these two stories actually coincide and go hand in hand because of the way the events unfolded. So I'm pretty sure the majority of you guys are very familiar when it comes to the simulation version of Ash, but there's still a lot about Dr. Reed that we don't know about. Apart from the fact that she actually threw Horizon into the black hole, which is going to be extremely important because it's going to tie perfectly with the story, because we're going to know some more backstory of Horizon as well. Now, Ash, she tried to sabotage Horizon and the team of scientists that were solving the energy crisis in the Outlands, but was ultimately stabbed in the back by Dr. Emily. Now remember, Dr. Emily, she's the actual one that created Pathfinder. Now when Pathfinder interrupted the process, this leads us straight into the story that we see in the trailer entitled Ashes to Ashes, where we see Pathfinder picking up what seems to be Ash in critical condition and suggests that her mind is still salvageable and being able to be saved. Now, Ash is then turned into a simulation robot with the mind of the previous living person. Now, Ash did fight in the Frontier Wars with Bliss, if you guys remember correctly, but she was defeated. And then around that time when she was defeated, Bliss went ahead, grabbed her head, and threw it into some blue energy mass that seemingly caused her head to split into 9 pieces. Then these 9 pieces were scattered all across King Canyon. After being rebuilt through the Season 5 questline, if you guys recall, she reunited with Bliss and begins getting flashbacks of her previous lives. In the trailer, this is where we see the conclusion, which presents the internal conflict of both Ash and, of course, of her simulated version of Ash. Now, both of them are kind of having a little bit of fight between internally because Ash believes that Dr. Reed is a weak-minded individual, and she feels that this is the reason that led her to the destruction of the Frontier Wars and the reason why her brain was chucked away by Bliss. Now, Horizon seems to have woken up Ash and reset her mind through a series of codes because Horizon believed it was someone else. So that's where things get a little bit twisted when it comes to the storyline. But there's an internal battle between her and her, simulated version of herself, and I believe that's what we're going to be seeing throughout the season. Is just that that conflict between one and another, and we're all probably going to be seeing a little bit of backstory of Horizon and the story of how it unfolds through the future of Ash as well. So really cool stuff when it comes to the lore. Now let's talk about the gun we're going to be getting, which is the SMG. If you guys did play Titanfall, you guys are already aware of this weapon. You know this weapon was really awesome. And let's talk about the stuff that you need to know about it. So like I said, if you guys are a Titanfall fanatic, or if you ever played Titanfall, you know the car SMG was very popular and was one of the main go-to weapons in multiplayer. Now, a lot of you guys might be familiar with the weapon, and some of you guys might not be. But what you do want to know is that this is not the only weapon that has been, reimagined or rebuilt from Titanfall. There are a few weapons that we currently are playing with that are Titanfall weapons, like the R301, the L-Star, and the Flightline were all taken out from the Titanfall series. Now, this weapon is mostly stayed very similar to its original form, with some a little bit tweaks. Now, one really interesting thing to note about the brand new weapon is its actual description. It says, a flexible weapon, the car SMG is a gun for when you're ready to make a stand and become the last legend standing. This is actually pretty good because the description is suggesting that there will be something unique about this weapon. Now, that wording in general could be taken into different contexts, but the main two that I want to point out is that it could probably have multiple ammo types, or it could have an alternative firing mode to make it very powerful. Now, I'm pretty excited that it's actually coming into the game, and I do like the fact that the car is making an appearance, not only because it was really good in Titanfall, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of those go-to weapons when it comes to Apex Legends. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think of the new character? What do you guys think of the new gun? Please let me know all that in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.